guys, how are you? How are you? How are you? Thank you for tuning in for day nine. Day nine, day nine, day nine. And um, my notes here. So for day nine, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everyone is having, well, I know everyone is having a glorious day because I know you've been commanding your day now, right? You command your day as well as speak and think positive thoughts. Meditating on good things daily. Therefore, I know your day is good. So, no hoping and well wishing over here, right? So, with that being said, my name is Alwonza. Thank you for tuning in to day nine. Coaches are shortcut resources. All right? So let us go ahead and get started. So, no matter what life brings you, right? Some things we can navigate on our own. Some things we go through and they don't phase us. We don't bust a sweat. We don't even miss a beat, skip a moment. Those things in life, easy coasting, easy coasting. Then there's sometimes where challenges may arise. And it's not to quit, complain, sit down, fall down. No, it's a time to continue moving forward, remaining focused. Sometimes you can cross those hurdles on your own. Do it all by your own, on your own self, by your own, right? Your own mindset, your own mentality. Life goes on. Sometimes it's the opposite, right? Life is just so contrary to what you want to do, where you want to be, where you believe and see yourself, right? And that is exactly when we may introspect and look at ourselves and be like, hey, I need help. I need help. But help doesn't always come in a sense where you're like, okay, I'm just going to go ask my cousin, ask a neighbor, a friend, or I'm just going to get online and read about it myself. I'm going to push through and make it happen, right? Doesn't always happen like that. And sometimes help comes at a price. It comes at a price to you, a discipline, not always monetary, but it does come at a price. And that price can be your time, dedication, your focus, your attention, removal of distractions. It is your patience. It's your understanding on how you understand. It's your research, right? And I know for myself, I really enjoy YouTube. I really love by learn by watching and seeing, right? I am just one of those people, and I truly learn that way. And in doing so, I am going to see something right here, YouTube, if you allow me. But yes, while everything may not be just so easy to grasp and easy to recall and easy to grab hold on. And it takes a moment, it takes some time, it takes some dedication and focus, it takes that concentration, it takes that assertiveness, it takes that. Yes, and then it's going to take the amount of time it takes to reach out, ask for help, to count up the cost. Are you going to need books? Are you going to do you plan on purchasing books? Do you plan on going to conferences? Are you looking around for conferences? Are you looking around for people that are also in that area of expertise, looking for that expert matter, personnel, right? So with that being said, okay, let me get my flow back going here, guys. All right, I just had to hop on over there to YouTube and on there and get some things sorted. So now we are sorted. So no matter what comes your way, whatever the cost may be, it's going to cost you something. It's just not going to, even if something just falls into your lap, you have to acknowledge it, recognize it, and be like, hey, this is an opportunity for me. Let me jump on it. Now you count up the cost. Like the Bible tells us, like you don't tear down the barn before you have another one. You know, you don't destroy things before you have a replacement, before you know what's next, right? That would be foolish. So that's when coaches and mentors come in, right? Now think about it. Your first coach and mentor, your parents. Your mother directing you, telling you what to do, where to go, who to see, even your meals every night, like as she prepares you for you as a child, right? She's deciding what's going to go in your body, the healthiness of it, the fit of it, and what's the most nutritious, or whatever your diet base is, that she has decided upon, correct? That is a coach. And I say coach because it's like sideline coaching, because guess what? It's passive. But those are the habits and traits that we pick up on, are things that our parents did to us, things that we were around, our environment, things that we saw consciously and unconsciously, correct? So, with that being said, as we move on, we receive teachers in our lives, instructors in our lives, um, and then after that, we have to do things on our own. We start getting homework, we start getting things to do on our own, where we have to take time, discipline ourselves to stop doing what we want to do and focus on what is required of us at this time. Getting up, going to school, even getting up, going to school, moving through our day to day. Then we have to get our driver's license. So we begin to take time to study, right? No one else can take that test for us. No one else can say, okay, I'm going to read this book, but you're going to receive the knowledge, right? So, with that being said, as we grow, we learn how we learn, and we learn how to discipline ourselves to get what we want. Most of us, as we reach mid-teens, like we are like, hey, we want our license. We are eager. And with that zeal, we decide, okay, we're going to do what it takes to get that license. And getting that license, it shows our discipline and our dedication, our focus, and we what we put and deem important to us, right? Then we get it, and then you look for the next step, which is the car. Then you stand out longer, you're on your own, and you're leaving your home, you're going to college, or you're going and moving out into the world, or whatever it is that you're moving into. Guess what? You were coached into those things, into that lifestyle. Now, as you grow and you in college, sometimes you get those mentors, you get those tutors, and you get that extra help that you need. And in the real world, you get the OJT on the job platforms. No matter what it is, you always have somebody to show you what was done already and what works, right? It does not matter. Technicians, it doesn't matter for electricians, builders, it doesn't matter, creators. Someone did it before, right? Someone, even as a creator, as you know, as those who know me, I like to create things. I love creating, right? And that too, I learned from my mentor just recently, that tends to be that type of personality that I have, where I'm just busy. I'm always creating. I'm always creating, and not in the mindset of actually releasing so that I may then receive, right? Which is the process, the way it's supposed to be. You create something, you sell it, you have a service that you're good at, you sell it, and you make monetary value from it. You do exchange of business for it, whatever it is. You barter trade, it doesn't matter. You collaborate, it doesn't matter, right? But I'm always in the creating stage. So that is what my mentor has showed me and told me just recently, actually. So anyway, with that being said, we move on, and no matter what it is that we are doing, we've actually seen it, heard it, had a vision of it, and we're at the point now where we're like, okay, I can do this, I can create this, I can either do it on my own. You'll start trying. You may start, okay, let me try it on my own and see how far I get, or maybe I can finish it. Then you hit a roadblock, you hit a bump, place of hesitation or resistance, and then you're like, hey, I need help. Now we're at a mindset in an environment, and we're become of age where we know we can't do it alone. We need help. Therefore, what do? We actually go out and find the help, get the help, and get it done. And in that process, whatever way we choose, whether DIYing it, which is taking the time to study and review and research, reach out to those who have already done it. So you're getting a coach. Whether you're turning on YouTube and you're watching other people do it hands on, that means you're doing your DIY, right? You're still seeing someone who has what? Done it before you. There's nothing new under the sun. With that being said, you continue to strive. You actually may decide, hey, I need to pay, I need more information on another level, and the only way I feel like I can get it is through a resource that I may have to pay for via you buy the books, go to the conferences, you or you get a mentor and a coach, someone to personally hold your hand instead of just giving you a resource of just reading and doing it on your own, but actually being an accountability partner with you on your journey, right? Now, not all coaches as in me, I can coach in any area. There is nothing that I can't coach someone through, right? Because I know what a coach is and I know the responsibility of a coach. But not everyone seeking a coach knows that a coach does not necessarily have to do or be where you are. They don't have to have the same interests as you. They don't have to actually have done what you are actually looking for. But most people look for subject matter experts, right? They want to dive deep, and I understand that. So you can have a broad coach, you can have a specific coach, or you can just need somebody to help you get through. And that's when it comes. You have your mentors, and then you have your coaches. You have their resources. Now you get specific, like I like to get, which is in spiritual and business coaching. That's exactly where my strengths are. And I like to focus on those areas. And business can be startup or growing your business. It does not matter. Anything business, I can help you. Like, I really, really enjoy that aspect. And definitely the technical side, behind the scenes, creating the website, building and getting that structure out there, even with the creating the publicity hype for it, the marketing. I really, really enjoy those aspects, right? However, notice a football coach, he may know every rule, he may know every term, and he may even know what it takes, and he's probably pushed out many NBA or I'm not really sure what they're called, NFL players. However, he himself does not have a gold ring, and he himself may still be just in high school, teaching high school sports. But he knows what it takes to get you where you're trying to go. You both have an end goal. His end goal is to get you to the professional league, right? But he's never been there himself. Does anyone question the coach? They only say, what are your results? Who have you gotten there? Who has been there? Who is where? Who has let's see your results, your tangible results. No one questions the coach, right? Of, oh, well, you did it. You already know what it's like or whatever. No, not at all. So the same thing when you decide to get a coach or a mentor, you let them know your goals, and then they get you there. They get you there. Sometimes you get what you pay for, and sometimes you don't. So coaches have many resources, many abilities. The just being able to tell a client that I don't know right now, but let me find that out for you. It's just that simple. It is just that simple, and it's just that rewarding. It is just that simple and just that rewarding. And you get back with them and you give them the information that they need. Nothing is too hard. The information is there. Everything is broad. Everything is accessible. All you need is an internet connection. And again, there's nothing impossible, right? So coaches come in, mentors come in, they give you the resources. Once you decide this is what you want to do, this is a path that you're deciding to take, then those shortcuts, when you go to a mentor and you get your coach, those shortcuts come in handy because it simply means that they're gonna let you know what works and what doesn't work. Well, you ask, how are they gonna know that if they never have been down that road? Well, again, all you need is an internet connection. You can find somebody that has, and maybe your coach is being coached, or your coach has that influence, and that coach knows exactly the resource that you need. It's just that simple. There is nothing, you have a coach, there is no hindrances, no obstacles, there's nothing in the way to get you to where you need to be, to what needs to be done. And resources are simply proven strategies, and they shorten the amount of time it takes to get from you from point A to point B, point C, and not always chronologically to point Z, right? Coaches don't necessarily take you through step one, two, and three. You might start on step 15, level 15. You be like, okay, this is where we're starting right now. This is what we're doing right now. Sophia, get down. This is the move that we're going to make. And even like a seasoned coach, they will be able to actually pull you out and see where you are and just be like, hey, with your mindset, the energy, your zeal, you're willing to work and do it, then this is where we're going to start. And I remember simply when my son was when we were abroad in Japan, and he was in piano, he was taking piano classes, lessons, that every time it was time to get, it was like he would go to his lesson, come home with a new book. And I'm like, why and how? Give me one moment. Go. And I'm like, how is it that you need a new book and you just got one last week? And it was that the teacher recognized his talent to the point that she would open up the next level book and just tell him to play at the last page. Tell him to play at the last page. When she received him, he was already somehow privy and knowledge, and he had a little bit in him. And although the class to me was moving pretty fast, he actually did a concert opening at the big opera hall and everything. Like, I was just so floored. Like, this was my son, and she saw that in him. And every day was like, Mom, you need to give me the money to buy this book. Mom, I'm like, bruh, you just got the book. Did you play it? No. You ain't even played every song in there. No, she just opens the book and start over. So I really, really love that. And that's what most seasoned coaches can do. They can tell if you're serious or not. Like for me, I don't just want you as a client of mine. I'm not building a client base where I'm just trying to stay busy and take the money. You're not doing what I'm taking the time to share with you. I don't want you on my team. You've made it this far in life. You realize you need a coach, but sometimes what you're looking for is you have the zeal, but you just lacking that like is where you want to go and where you want to be, but you just don't want to do what it takes to get there. It takes work, and doing that work is more than just showing up for a Zoom call, showing up for a class, showing up for the phone call or each session. Yes, you can pay your money and say, well, I'm paying you, but yes, my time is valuable. My information is valuable. It's not, I just don't want a student or a client and then they're not doing any of the work. They're not doing anything. And I'm like, I don't think that me and you are a fit. I don't think this is going to work out. And instead of continuing to take the money and keep these sessions going, let's just stop right here. That is exactly what I've done. And within this year alone, I had to drop 2 clients. Can you imagine? Start of the year, all of this energy is going, and I happen to get 2 out of 5 in this session who decided that they had the zeal. They just didn't want to do. They just did not set apart in their mind that this is what they're going to do, what it takes, no matter what. And I just refused. After it was 2 weeks with one and 3 weeks with the other, where I just realized, no, you're eager and you want to get there, but I don't think it's right. The right time right now is for you. So let's not continue. No more payments are needed. Everything is well, and refund the one paid in full, and all is well. Because if you're not going to do the work, why are we continuing? That's part of a coach's a seasoned coach's responsibility. Some will continue the sessions and be like, well, whatever, they paid, but that's not who I am. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do way above and beyond and provide services way above and beyond than what your monetary value was. That is just, no price can be put on it, but I do put a price on it. All right. So this also goes to coaches allow you to accomplish a lot more in a shorter amount of time. A shorter amount of time. So right now I have three coaches. I have a spiritual coach, a financial coach, and I have a the financial and the business coach. So spiritual, financial, and business. Now, my spiritual coach is what it is. He is a spiritual coach, and I thank God for him, because some of the things that I do in life, sometimes I be like, I'll hear his voice coming back through my ears, and I'm just like, okay, that is not the direction that he would take, so therefore I'm not going to take that and then have to go and clean up the mess. No, we're not doing that. And then I have a financial coach, meaning it's a broad area. Finances. How do I want to grow multiple businesses? What new venture do I want to do? What else is on my mind? How will I fund it? What are the routes and avenues? The accountability for the research and knowledge to go into it. So my financial coach is like, okay, this is the pot you have, and you're already stretched on 1, 2, 3, 4, but you do. So how do you want to do it with your finances right now? And have we completed the last thing that we started together? That is a big thing right there. Have with our my financial situation, are we seeing results from the last thing that we did before we move over and do something else? Or is what I have my hands in now, do I need to withdraw my hands, remove my hands, and go down another road? So that's my financial coach. And then my business coach is more of a subject matter expert, and I only have one at a time in a subject matter expert field, simply because I need to focus. I can't have two coaches saying, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, and they're both experts in their field. They're yielding results and everything, and then it's like, how can I focus on one thing at a time to see what works and see what doesn't? So my financial coach is also with investing. Investments is broader on the business, and then my business coach, we just nail it down. And right now I have one coach for this area that I'm working in right now, that I am growing, and I am so grateful in it. It is a creative area where I can show my I can be creative. I can just let go with my vision, and then at the end it will be monetized. So I'm so excited that my vision will actually be able to, as I give, I'll be able to receive back for it. So I'm grateful for that. And with spiritual, I can definitely help. It doesn't matter. I mean, that is so broad. You walk up on people, it can be anybody. And that is, I believe, why I'm so effective at coaching and being a coach. Not only because I am a pastor and I am anointed and have the grace on my life for it, but all the time, most of my don't even know that I'm a pastor. Don't even know it. They hit me up and find me on social media, and they be like, oh my goodness, you're a pastor. Or they may actually see me wearing one of my t-shirts with one stream of business that I have, and t-shirts, and they'll see my name on there, or they see what what my t-shirt says, and they'll be like, oh my goodness, I never knew. Well, it's not something the businesses, I'm great, the entities, they run themselves, and not all the time that's the avenue that we start off on. Some of them just need the services we get through, and they never know at the end that I have written books, that I have an online store, several online businesses, and that I'm also a pastor. They don't know these things sometimes. They just say, strictly coach, get me from point A to point B. Let's stay focused, and I love those individuals, right? So also, you are once you get to the end faster, you're able to reach these milestones and feel accomplished. Coaches make you get you to a point where you're lifted up. Because once you complete something, I'm telling you, it's like graduation. You are so excited, so excited. So excited. Another year in life, accomplishing something. Like when I got my MBA, just this year started off, and that MBA, I signed off on that last class. I was so excited. excited. And my degree is right here. So, oh, here it is. And I'm so, so excited because when I received this bad boy right here, it was the time, the effort, everything became tangible. And when I tell you this MBA has, I'm telling you, it thrusts you forward. It's a completion and it gives you so much joy. And not only that, believe it or not, that it showed in my business. It showed in everything because why? I wasn't spending so much time on writing these papers and researches and studying that I then had more time towards my business, towards my websites, and different things that I was doing. And I was now applying more time and energy onto it. I had more time to focus. So that too was so awarding. It was feeling, it's a championing feeling, you know, it just felt wonderful. And then I began to see results faster. So the money allocated also for school could now go towards marketing. Like, it's so many things opened up just by receiving that degree. So much more, so many things, open doors, further opportunities. It's so imagine that completion and reaching that goal, which took a long time. In that time, I had gotten married. I had failed a couple of classes. I had to take 6 months off. I had the baby. I relocated. So much was happening, but guess what? At the end, it was all worth it. Oh, it felt so good. It felt so good. So, like me, I have to learn a very hard way on to being too prideful and not asking for help, or you know, and taking too long to build my business and get them going, and pouring too much time in there that I can never get back. Energy, strength, mindset, willpower that I couldn't get back, all because I wouldn't ask for help or take a shorter route. And it wasn't that I wasn't able to, I just felt like I can do it all on my own, and that is not always the best for it to reach those goals and to move on, especially if you know this is your dream, your baby, or even that in a spiritual sense that you know this is what you're supposed to do. And it just felt like so much time was wasted until I decided to get mentors and coaches in my life, right? So, the resources that we or they give you as coaches, it may seem like there's a shortcut, and it is. And that's why I say coaches are shortcut resources. And it's like, wow, it didn't happen overnight, but it sure condensed some nights, right? And that is the feeling and exhilaration that you get from having a coach in your life. And I am so grateful for the ones that are helping me, the ones that have helped me get where I am, because I didn't get here by myself. I'm not going to stay here by myself, but I'm not going to keep my mouth shut and try to do everything by myself. That is not happening anymore. So definitely, if you haven't already, find your coach in whatever area of area in your life that you want to move upward in, go further in, and also at a faster pace. You can handle it. You don't need to move at a turtle. We're not turtles. We're humans, and we walk faster than them anyway. So you don't have to move at a turtle's pace. You don't have to do everything on your own. You don't have to sit there and say, oh, I'll do it by my own, or I don't know any, I don't have any capital or money to start a business. When I got my mentor, and my spiritual mentor told me about businesses that I can do that I didn't even need capital for. And when I realized that, my whole world changed. You don't need capital to start a business. What you need is a new mindset. Because if you figure and think that you need capital to start a business, you're not ready to start a business. You're not hungry enough. Can you imagine how many people started without capital? Raise both of my hands. I done started several businesses without any capital. And they run themselves. And now I'm able to have a spiritual coach, a business coach, mentors. I have rubbed shoulders, multimillionaires, gotten their knowledge, their little nuggets. I'm telling you, life has never been the same since I have, from my experience, from having coaches, and my spiritual coach, business, and financial coach have really changed my life. So that is it for us. That brings me to the end. My name is A Alwonza, and you can Google me as well as find me socializing everywhere online at Alwonza. Now, if there's anything that you're looking for, I do have services available on alwanza.org, and I also have merchandise and ebooks at faithvisions.org. So thanks for tuning in, and remember, every day this month at 6 p.m., your girl here will be live every single evening at 6 p.m. So until next time, I love you guys. Till tomorrow. Alwanza out. All right, YouTube. Thank you, guys. Thank you, YouTube. You're always such a trooper, true team, true team.